There was a robbery on September 29 of 2025. A young woman leaped to death from the third floor of a three-story building. The police are saying she leaped to death while trying to escape the robbery. But her parents are saying there's foul play. They want the police to investigate further because they do not believe that their daughter could have jumped to her death.
Nehema, Sommie, Somtochukwu Maduagwu, Mmụrụ. I see Nenu map. Somebody telling me that she jumped and one of the other claiming of holding her and her weight was overwhelming for her and she fell off. Looks funny. And believe my daughter Sommie was murdered.
So here's the thing. The death of this young woman, an Arise TV presenter, Somtochukwu Maduagwu, also known as Sommie, has raised serious questions about safety, investigative diligence, and the chain of events that led to her tragic fall. On September 29 of 2025, a robbery occurred in the apartment building in Katampi, Gishiri area of Abuja. She lived there on the third floor. According to the FCT Commissioner of Police, officers arrived about 20 minutes after the incident and found her lying unresponsive on the ground. She was rushed to the hospital, but despite doctors' efforts, she was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. The police believe she may have jumped from the building out of the fear during the robbery. However, her father has publicly rejected that explanation. He says there's no way his daughter could have jumped out. She's not the jumping type. She couldn't have done that. He's saying that there's foul play and is calling for thorough investigation. Now, several aspects of the case remain unclear. There is still no confirmation on whether her injuries are consistent with a voluntary jump, an accidental fall, or being pushed. Establishing this requires a detailed autopsy and full reconstruction analysis. It also remains uncertain whether her apartment was directly breached by the robbers or if she acted out of panic before they reached her. Here are my thoughts on this. If the apartment was forced open, it would suggest the possibility of a struggle or confrontation which led her to jump. But we don't know what happened, what the police found. Maybe they have a record, so maybe they're still investigating this. I don't know, but I'm just speaking on based on what's publicly available about this case. Another troubling fact here was that the police said that it took them 20 minutes to respond to the call. While the police is saying that Sommie might have jumped on her own, there's also a speculation suggesting that she might have been pushed. And how exactly did the police conclude that this was a robbery and not a targeted attack? Even if she initially survived the fall, any delay in treatment could have contributed to her death, which raised questions about emergency response and hospital readiness. So the police showing up 20 minutes late was already detrimental to the case. At this point, I believe everyone is a suspect, the guards, the neighbors, every single one in that property. The police must not reach a conclusion until they have every credible, they have done all kinds of investigation to conclude that this young woman actually jumped. A comprehensive autopsy should be conducted to document bruises, fractures, and signs of fall or assault. Toxicology tests and a reconstruction of the fall should determine her trajectory and the force of impact. Her clothing should be analyzed for foreign fibers, DNA, or something. I mean, I totally understand the father suspects foul play, and I think we should listen to him. I think we should leave all options on the table and not just conclude based on what we saw or heard. Certain questions remain central to solving this case. Was there evidence of forced entry in the apartment? Do her injuries indicate fall or physical struggle? Was she conscious when found by the police? Were the robbers targeting her specifically, or did it just happen? And did any delay in medical attention reduce her chances of survival? These questions are very critical, and it's definitely going to lead to what happened to Ms. Maduagwu that night. The FCT Police Commissioner has already said that he has assigned the best hands to investigate this case, but I also feel like they need to be transparent in their findings to regain public trust. So whether Ms. Somtochukwu jumped on her own in fear or was forced against her will, the answers lie in the details. Only through disciplined forensic work and open communication can her family and the public receive the justice and closure they deserve. What do you think happened in this case? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and follow my page.